friends, guests, and adventurers of all ages. Tonight's show is for the brave, the fearless, and the dangerously curious. Witness feats of strength, daring acrobatics, and mystifying magic. Get ready to have the most astounding night of your life. Welcome to the Circus of Wayward Wonders. Welcome to Roll for Combat, Three-Ring Adventure.
Hey everyone, welcome to Roll for Combat 3-Ring Adventure. I'm your GM and host, Steven Glicker, and in this week's episode, we finish Book 1 of Extinction Curse. The show must go on. That's right, 40 episodes later, and we have finally finished the very first book. Chapter 1, if you will, of 3-Ring Adventure. So what does that mean in the larger scope of things? Well, first of all, the way I designed this is the same way we did sort of the Dead Sons Adventure Path, is that I try to have a beginning, middle, and end so that people who just want to jump in could, jump into the middle of, say, Chapter 2 or Chapter 3 if they didn't want to listen to the whole thing. Now, it turns out that most people, obviously do listen to the whole thing, but, I still do this anyhow, just in case someone wants to jump in the middle, because someone who likes to do that is actually me, because I listen to a lot of podcasts, and sometimes, I don't want to jump into a podcast that is up to episode number 2 or 300, and I try to find a place where I can just sort of insert myself in and catch up to what's been happening all that time. So I thought it would be at least a courtesy for other people. Of course, nothing is stopping you from starting from the very beginning, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And the adventure paths lend themselves to this because, well, they're broken up into individual books. And I figured we were doing that with the Dead Sons Adventure Path, so I figured, might as well continue that. So how does this compare to Dead Sons, as that is the only other adventure path that, well, we've done here at Roll for Combat. So Dead Sons, which is Starfinder, is smaller. Each one of those books is about 2/3 the size of a Pathfinder book. And each one of those books took you from, about 3 levels each, and Pathfinder takes you about 4 levels each. So we usually would do an adventure path book in about 25 episodes or so in Dead Sons. In total, we had 128 episodes for Dead Sons, and most of those episodes were about an hour long or so. I tried to always keep those episodes no longer than an hour. However, with Extinction Curse, we now have 40 episodes, and that's just for Book 1, and many of these episodes are 1.5 to 2 hours long. I expected this was going to take much longer, but the other thing that I didn't expect is that this group, who roleplays heavily, I would probably say has added another 20 to 30% to the length of the adventure path, because we like to sit here and role play, and that's fine. That's what this one's all about, as opposed to the Dead Sons group, who really went quick. Not that they didn't role play, but it's just different. I talk about this in the other podcast, Agents of Edgewatch, last week, of the different way they role play. The people on Agents of Edgewatch and Dead Sons, those guys sort of do a role playing using third-person perspective, while obviously in 3-Ring they do it at first-person perspective. That's just a difference in the approach of the two podcasts. One is slow and steady, and one is quick and combat. In fact, that could be the name of that one. Quick and combat. So what does that mean? Well, let's see. If we do a little bit of math here, and if we extrapolate and we say 40 times 6, does that mean that Extinction Curse is going to be 240 episodes long? Does that mean that it's going to take, 4.5 years for us to finish this? The answer is maybe. It might. I don't know. I guess we'll just keep it going and see how it goes. And man, what else do we have to do? I mean, whenever I start one of these adventure paths, and I've done a lot of adventure paths, I try to see them through to the end. So, we'll just keep it going. Everyone seems to be having fun. Oh, one more thing I wanted to note is that in this episode, it gets a little horror-y. You'll see what I mean. If you have a really big fear of clowns and horror clowns, I'm just giving you a trigger warning that you might be a little scared this episode. I know that sounds a little strange to those people who don't have those fears, but I actually was talking to someone who really, truly has a fear of clowns, and this episode made them really uncomfortable because we have Jellicoe, and I really play up Jellicoe. I don't know, I just like having fun with him. And for those you want to know, Jellicoe does have a larger story that, this isn't just me being crazy and torturing you and the PCs. I mean, it's a little bit that. But there is a larger story at play here, and I will leave it at that. So do keep that in mind. There is a method to my madness because you're going to hear some Jellicoe in this episode. And I kind of go for broke when it comes to the clown horror. And if you are triggered by that or afraid of that, don't worry. You could just, skip forward. I'd say about 5 to 10 minutes or so. So when you hear Jellicoe come on and you start getting bothered by this, just fast forward. Don't worry. You'll know what happens. You don't actually have to listen to all the details. You can just hear the result of what happens when Jellicoe comes out. You're not going to miss anything. So I'm just, letting everyone know about that. So as I said, this is the end of book 1. So what does that mean for next week? Nothing really. We're just going to start the beginning of book 2. The nice thing about book 2 is that we are going to be going to a brand new place. And one thing I do like about the books in anything Paizo puts out is that they theme them. So there's usually a big theme to the book and sort of a feel to each chapter. So obviously this was the beginning chapter. They're in Abberton, a small town. Weird things are happening. And I'll be honest, these small towns kind of get annoying after a while because, they're like 1,000 people. They're trying to buy stuff. You can't get anything that's really higher than like level 1 or level 2. So hopefully they're going to be going to a much larger town. It's going to be way easier for them to find things. It's a lot easier for them to interact with the town folk and so forth. So look forward to that in chapter 2, and that starts next week. So one more thing I wanted to mention is that there's going to be new artwork. That's right, I've commissioned new artwork for each chapter. I always thought it would be fun to show how the PCs are changing over time. And if you look at the artwork, we have incorporated the level 5 characters in their artwork. For example, everyone has, +1 armor or +1 weapons, so you can actually see the runes on the weapons. If they have new things like bracelets or necklaces or weapons, you can see those in their characters. And of course, probably the biggest change of all is that there's a new PC. That's right. Who has the new PC? Well, I'm not going to ruin it, but you will see the new PC in the artwork when you check it out next week. I will show everyone the brand new artwork, and you will see the brand new PC depicted in the artwork. It is awesome. Anyhow, I expect to do that every chapter, that as the PCs grow and change and the gear changes, that I will show you what they look like. And something else, very carefully look at their facial expressions. Their facial expressions are slightly changing as their characters change. That is not a mistake. They are going through some adjustments over time, and take a look to see how their facial expressions are modified. So check that out as well. And then finally, some super quick show notes, because this is a super long intro to a super long final adventure. So, standard stuff. Patreon, check us out if you want to listen to the episodes early or actually watch us live. Just go to patreon.rollforcombat.com. Discord channel, just go to discord.rollforcombat.com if you want to play games, or you can see all the pictures from this week's episode. We put in all the maps and all the images so you can see what everyone looks like. And I think that's enough information. So there you go, the quickest show notes of all time. So with that, let's get to this week's exciting episode and the end of Book 1, Chapter 1 of Three Ring Adventure. The show must go on. Last we left off, you finished everything, and we're done. Okay, you didn't finish everything. You finished everything more or less in this first book of Extinction Curse, aka The Show Must Go On, where you went to the tower, you defeated the Zolgaths in an epic battle on the top, you cleansed it, something gave you magical token healing something that you're going to find out about. You found a whole bunch of magic items. You came back to the town, and now I guess all you need to do is figure out what you got from the place, figure out your level 5 characters, and then put on one big final show for Nelendrend and Harlock Hamdil himself, where you're going to be celebrating the gods of Abadar, because it is an Abadar fundraiser, to fix the church and the Alhara-sized hole in the stained glass window that was priceless.
Oh, you know what? I jumped through the existing hole. It was an existing hole, you said.
The existing
the
hole
windows are all shattered.
just happened to look like Alhara.
Oh my
It's just an amazing coincidence. But she got the blame because the monster was Alhara shaped as well. Who knew that demons look like Alhara, but they do. As well as maybe a little bit to help the Hermitage rebuild after a horrible fire in the library. So it is a dual... There we go. It is a dual fundraiser of rebuild the church after the adventurers destroyed it and rebuild the library that was burnt down by the adventurers.
That fire was a freak accident. We weren't even near there. You can't say that we were because nobody saw that we were not there.
Lauren Sake is playing Hap, the Starlight Sparrow, a human fire elementalist sorcerer.
I mean, we told them about the fire, but I would
bet.
like to say, you said the windows are all shattered. To me, that sounds like it's basically open with a couple pieces of glass. Okay?
Vanessa Hoskins is playing Alhara Varys, the amazingly agile Alhara, a half-elf gymnast swashbuckler.
You know, you never hear after the adventure what ends up happening. It's like the adventurers come in, they save the day, and then they leave just ruins. They just leave things broken, destroyed. They loot the places. They trash everywhere they go. Well, now you're going to hear it. You guys are going to have to put on a show, raise some money, and help fix the places you, quote, rescued, unquote.
Oh, this is good adventure gaming right here.
You know, a bunch of slightly broken things is good for the economy. Abadar ought to appreciate this, because now they have to hire somebody to fix the window. They hire somebody to write a bunch of books.
Right. This is Abadar be praised. You are contributing to the economy.
And the priest likes our guilt.
Rob Pontius is playing Otteron, Uncanny Otteron's cauldron of curious concoctions, a human witch of curses.
That's right. Priests love guilt. All right. So you came back. You have all this stuff. What are you going to do? You tell me. You know what happens. You have one day. So wait, which day? When did you come back? I'm actually even a little confused by the timeline. Since Vanessa, are you keeping track of the official timeline?
I am keeping track of it. From what I have, we came back on Gozrin the 6th, which is a moon day, and that was basically our travel day. The last day that we fought was on Sunday the 5th, well into the afternoon, and I believe that we rested up at the tower before making our track back the next day, and had plenty of time to take it easy, as it were.
Yep, you have all day to take it easy, rest up, do whatever you want.
I think we also did a little, if I recall, a little bit of was it hunting or gathering or something to make sure that those large dinosaurs that were penned up in there had some food for a few days so that we could figure out what to do with them.
Yep. Yeah, you basically took care of the dinosaurs so that someone can go back to them. And they were pretty holed up there. They had a nest. And as long as they had food and water, Doesn't look like they were going anywhere. So they were okay. They weren't.
Zolgaths
super
are reptiles, right?
They are humanoid. I don't think they're. I don't know actually.
I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
they're kind of like lizard people, right?
Yeah, they're reptilian.
Yeah, we could just feed them the Zolgaths. They'll be fine with it.
Weren't they herbivores?
Oh, the dinosaurs? They might have been. You found whatever the dinosaurs ate, and you gave them the necessary food.
Yeah, there was a supply
All right, but
room.
what was the actual nutritional value of the food we gave them? I'm just
it was
kidding.
enough to last to a couple of days from now, because you're going to have time to take care of this, because what's the order you want to do this? We have you leveling up, we have a couple of minor things to buy, and then the show. The show is going to be last. So what's the order you want to do this in?
What's the order you want to do this on, Stephen?
All right, well, let's do the items you got. How about that? We'll do that real quick. So you found the demon mask. You found the breastplate, the great axe, tons of javelins, the +1 striking maul, which is awesome because now you can transfer those runes. You found a wooden religious symbol, scale mail. You found the wand of heal 2nd level. So now you got 2 2nd level wand of heals. You never even used the first one.
That's pretty handy, though.
Yeah, you found some lesser elixir of lives. You found some poisons. You found pillows, golden statue, crystal vials, elegant clothing, daggers. You found that +1 full plate, the fear gem, the Kittleish oil, and then just more like weapons and stuff and some daggers. So here's the deal. This town is pretty small. So, you can probably have things transferred if you want, but, trying to get new runes, you either can order them or make them. I mean, there's a couple of options, but like, if you're looking for something special like that staff you were looking for last time, or, you might be out of luck. But I believe you might be going somewhere a little bigger after this is all said and done, so you can keep your money and wait. It's up to you guys.
I do want to keep one of those nice outfits. Hap has never owned a really nice dress, and so she doesn't want to let that get away.
Your dress now isn't nice. It looks pretty nice.
Well, the
This
stuff
one,
that was in the bedroom with all the nice pillows.
Rob Termarco is playing Darius Varys, Darius's Daring Destructions, a half-elf monk of the mountain style.
yeah, the dress that she wears now looks nice, but this was handmade, and it's got some seams that are missing, and it's good for a performance, but it's not comfortable, and it doesn't turn heads at the gala, at least not the kind of turning heads that you want it to turn.
Okay.
Oh, look,
Gala
the help is
dress.
here. Not, oh, look, an important person is here.
Got it.
I'm sure we could save a dress or a skirt or whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about the rest of the fun stuff?
Yeah, I mean, there's some things we can sell. I've got some of it ready on the sheet. Although I think Ataran will be suggesting that we save our shopping for the next big town we go to.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
Yeah, walk in, be able to sell, especially because Ataran has a number of things that they want to get but cannot find here.
So I have an idea. If the money on the sheet is accurate.
It's not.
Okay.
That's the value of the treasure you hold. It is not the amount of money
okay.
you have.
I'm gonna say, because it's only 65 gold for a striking rune. I will buy that for one of our
We
frontliners.
do. Let's see. We have the maul, which we identified as +1 striking. So we can remove that rune with time. We also have a +1 armor potency rune on the full plate that we can move.
Yeah, we can move that to adventurer's clothing.
Is the maul +1 and striking, so it's 2 runes? Is that how it works?
Yep. Yes.
No?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. The maul is +1 and striking. That's 2 different things.
All right.
But you can't put striking without a +1.
Right.
Got it.
You can't make it just striking. It has to go in that order. It goes +1, then +1 striking, then +2 striking, then +2 greater striking, and so forth. You have to level up in the correct order.
Got it.
And then we have that full plate that has a potency rune as well.
Yep.
So
Yeah, so between the full plate +1 and then the maul +1 striking, we can do some rune moving during the downtime.
yeah, I think that's fair to say.
I don't think Atron would suggest doing that in the day we have, but would bring it up.
Yeah, we don't need it immediately. I think as we get back, we need to make sure that the circus show is going underway, that the crew has been doing what they need to, and get ourselves ready to perform ourselves.
We can do some generation of excitement, right? Or anticipation in that day.
You have 1 day,
That sounds good.
but it takes 2 days for you to manually generate excitement.
Oh, never mind.
And you can't do anything tomorrow. That's the day of the show. So today's the only day you have left that you can do to generate excitement.
Can we use that day to buy beer?
Yes, you can. You can always buy the beer.
That sounds like a good use.
Yeah, so the temporary upgrades, you can, for 5 gold, you can buy the beer. You do have, you have a prestige of 5. So you can do some permanent upgrades. You can do acoustics, which will give you a +1 to tricks with a musical trait. And you can do the band leader role. I don't think you need to worry about that. You can do a safety net, which will help in anything with a, what is it? Hold on.
It lowers the flat check DC if someone hurts themselves.
Right.
So if you're doing something that has something that has an injury trait, then you can, if you have a good safety net, then there's a smaller chance that they'll get actually injured.
The other one you could do is seating. And the seating for 50 gold, if you add bleachers, it will reduce the show's quality seating, generate additional excitement.
Mhm.
So if you make it bleachers, you generate 5 excitement. And so you basically start off with excitement just by having better seating. So that's something. You can add spotlights, which give you a permanent +1 prestige to your circus, which is good because right now you're at the max, which is 5, so that's the only way you can go above your max. And you can also make the tent bigger. The tent bigger is really to increase the maximal anticipation, because right now we can't go above 50.
Yeah.
You can't really go above 20 anyhow, so I wouldn't worry about that. Watermark tickets
Well,
will help for making forgery nearly impossible.
right now we said our anticipation was maxed at 20, right?
Correct.
Weren't we hitting that maximum pretty easily before?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yep.
do you think that would be bad to increase the tent size at this point?
Well, it has to do with the anticipation, I believe, has to do with the size of the town.
I think we should get the bleachers because excitement is really your core currency here.
Well, how much gold do you have? That's the first
64 in the circus funds.
question. Okay. I mean, you guys know, Ahara, you know what these cost because you have your sheet, so you guys can figure this out. Let me look up the tent expansion for the maximum anticipation and how that works.
Yeah, I can't remember without a tent, but with a big tent, which is the first one, it increases the circus's maximum anticipation to 50, which is pretty darn good, and that only costs 40 gold.
I have us at 59 in circus funds because we spent 5 on advertisement and 5 on beer.
For the last show you did. And for this show, they put up advertisements tier 2 already. So you have anticipation of a 2.
Yeah, the last one.
That's where you're at
The
currently.
last one was 64 after paying for all that.
Oh yeah.
You can look at the math on it. There's a spreadsheet if you want.
Do you have it in a different one?
It's on a different tab.
But we can play Bill's Finder later.
Yeah. Anyway, at this point, the question is, do we want to raise max anticipation at this point? If it doesn't help us that much, fine. I kind of think that seating and the tent expansion go hand in hand, because lowering your max anticipation isn't fantastic when it's already so low, but 50 is more than we need. So if we could afford both, that would be great, but we just can't right now. So
Well, what if we sell the stuff?
So your maximum anticipation is 20 because of the size of your tent.
Okay.
So if you go to 50, then your anticipation can go up to
Right.
50. So,
Right, which is pretty darn high.
Yeah.
But if we get the seating right now, then our maximum anticipation is 10, which is just bottom barrel, not that great. So it seems to me like we don't want to buy seating until we get the tent expansion.
Yeah, seating's definitely not a help us right now situation. That's a help us later. But if you're saying that the other one helps us now and that we don't even need the seating now, then I don't see any reason we couldn't get seating, next time. Why don't we just sell some of this loot stuff and just get them both?
Because you can invest in circus funds, but you can't pull them back out.
That's fine. That's fine.
Is it though?
I'd like to wait till I can buy some equipment.
All right, so we'll upgrade the tent and then, we'll do the show.
okay, so if you upgrade the tent to the big tent, you spend 40 gold, and then you get anticipation of up to 50. Dude, you can make a lot of money with 50.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, is there
Wow.
anything else you wish to do? And the beer would cost 5 gold, and that will get you 2d6 anticipation before the show.
Nice.
So it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I think we're buying beer. Sounds good.
Are you buying beer?
Yeah.
Beer's
that sounds
what?
fine.
Is beer excitement? Is
Yeah.
that anticipation?
Anticipation.
Didn't we just determine that we don't need the excitement?
No, it's 2d6 anticipation.
Yeah, you want that.
Oh, anticipation. Yeah.
So you get the beer, and we'll roll that before the show starts. And, okay, before we get right into the show. So all of you can rest up. Yeah,
Quick question. So you said that they did advertisements for us. What tier was that?
2.
Thank you. And we didn't pay for those.
No, you did not pay for those. And there might be some additional anticipation that I'll give you in a sec. So, one thing is, you guys can rest up, and you have more than enough to become level 5. Now, one thing of interest is that 3 out of the 4 characters are retraining. And now the way retraining works is that you basically level up to level 5, and then you decide, I don't like this feat. I'm going to retrain this feat into something else. And you can retrain almost anything. You can't retrain I don't think you can retrain your class. You can't retrain your ancestry. You can't retrain your ability scores. There's a couple of core things you can't retrain. But you are all retraining some feats and some skills and some spells. Except for Darius. He's the only one who's just going to level up and call it a day. Because
I am perfect.
he's perfect as he knows what he wants. He's a man of simple tastes.
Strange
Assurance.
red evil god energy.
Also, assurance. That's all I wanted.
Assurance for crafting? Is that what you got?
Oof.
Why not?
I took assurance for rope lore.
Hey.
Hey, that's
Sorry,
very
O'Hara.
useful. It's very useful.
It came in real handy, so I figured why not be assured in it? Now I took assurance for medicine.
The funny thing is it still only gives you a 19, which isn't enough for the DC 20.
For the big, next level I will have the
Mhm.
DC 20. But this level, assured 2d8.
We'll see. You might lose it. There might be some
What?
hidden things. That tattoo might break your
Inhibit my
concentration.
medicine checks.
Yeah, whenever you try to heal yourself, it's gonna be like distracting. It's like, oh, hey Darius, hey,
Oh, no.
hey,
Oh, no, my eyes.
hey. It's gonna keep distracting you so you can't roll. What about the rest of you? Or are you just not even gonna bother? You'll just tell me about your stuff later when you actually level up to level 5.
I could tell you now.
Yeah, are we
but
doing it now?
Whatever you want. It's up
I'm
to
only retraining one assurance for another assurance, so it's not that big of a deal.
you. Okay. But level 5 is a big deal because you all get 4 increases in your stats. That's like one of the biggest
Oh.
things.
Truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you went from strong to super strong. Super strong.
Oh yeah, Alhara is swole, I'll tell you.
Nice.
I don't like the word retraining because it reminds me of way back in the day when one of my buddies would be like, I'm going to retrain this feat away because it's not optimum. I don't want my character to be a wizard anymore.
And yet you rebuild your entire build at every level.
But listen to this.
Every level, you're like, wait, I could do a whole different type of build.
I'm
Let me
gonna
retrain
be
everything.
Now, listen
A
to
ranger.
this, though. listen to this. I might be picking 2 class feats to retrain, but I want you to even try to assert that Hap, as a person, has changed. I mean, sure, she's grown as a character. Character development has happened, but she hasn't said, you know what, I think I'm gonna be a martial fighter now. No. All I'm doing is I'm just slowly whittling away at the chaff until we get her sculpted into the picture of the character that I have in my head.
And
That's all it is.
completely
Even though it
villain-
changes every few weeks.
No, it doesn't change every few
And
weeks.
burn all the sentient life
It
you
just-
can.
It just takes me a
yeah,
while
obviously
to
that.
find the system that does what I'm wanting it to do.
Till you
This is-
become Fire Lord.
This is just prototype number 3. That's all it is.
Okay.
You know, the funny thing is, back in level 1, I said, you should level up and make your character in this style. And you're like, nah. And then what happened? You went
Excuse me.
and ended up in that style. All I'm saying is,
Back
You're-
in level
you're
1,
welcome.
there was no APG, so I don't want to hear it.
you're welcome.
You sent me the animal trainer archetype, which I am not taking because it don't make no dang sense. No.
No,
I'm
but you're
pi-
taking my favorite archetype. You're
Oh.
taking my favorite archetype in the whole game.
That's
The
'cause
whole
it's a-
game.
That's because it's amazing. For 2
is.
feet investments,
It's really good.
Beastmaster is going to give me a mature companion that I don't have to spend actions on. That was why I couldn't take Animal Trainer, is because spending actions on a companion as a spellcaster is just too expensive. You don't have the actions to afford to do it.
So is that the big surprise? You went from a bard dedication to Beastmaster. Now, how the heck are you just working your way down the alphabet? Is it going to be like C, then D, then E? Like, how is this figured out?
Probably.
I want you to know something. Bard isn't only in your class. Bard is also in your heart.
I mean, it's a class.
Hap, you shut your mouth. Hap still has, like, all of the skills I can possibly put into her interpretive kung fu dance. She is still a performer, first and foremost. But she happens...
Kung Fu dance?
Yeah, it's a kung fu dance. Have you not, like, listened to me describe it for the past, like, almost year? That's what she does. She does, like, Shaolin, like, stances as a dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Monk is in your future, is what you're telling us.
What I'm telling you is that I think a good character should
It's a
be
monk.
hard to pin down their
Changes
class.
their dedication every other level.
They should be systematically ambiguous. They can fit all kinds of different bills because they are above the system. They are a
Changes based on
character.
what's most optimal for that level.
Is that what I'm doing? Most optimal?
Not really.
No.
Exactly.
No.
So I don't want to hear it.
Okay, so there is one stipulation. If you are going to be a Beastmaster dedication, you are going to have to rename Hap to Dar, and you are going to have to rename all your animals to
Kodo.
Kodo and Podo. That's right.
How many Kodos am I allowed to have?
One Kodo, one Podo.
Yeah.
What?
One Ru? Was that the tiger's
I
name?
mean, in the past, people would rename kids if the kid, passed away. You can do the same thing with pets.
The panther's name was Rule.
Yeah.
I forgot the bird's name, though.
Ooh,
Sharrock. The golden eagle, Sharrock.
yeah.
Wow.
You have to name all your animals after Mark Singer's Beastmaster. The greatest movie of all time!
Oh, that was a movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
She
understood
doesn't,
that reference.
she doesn't even know what the...
If you watch
okay.
that movie, prepare yourself.
Okay, now here's the thing, Lauren. You have to watch the Beastmaster because the archetype is literally the Beastmaster from the movie The Beastmaster, written as an archetype. If you don't do that, you won't understand the references, and it is lost on you.
I don't think
Therefore,
it is. I don't
is
think it
your
is.
homework to watch The Beastmaster.
Let me put it to you like this. Does this homework have extra credit assigned
Of
to
course it does. I'm going to quiz you next time.
No,
if
no,
Steven
that's regular
knows
credits.
no,
This
if
has
Steven
extra
knows you
credits.
watched it,
Yeah.
if he knows you watched it, you definitely will have some things happen in the game related to the movie. That's my
right.
guess.
That's right.
You will become friends with the creatures that grab you and dissolve you.
Those things are really cool.
They were the best thing about that movie. I loved it as a kid.
That movie was on cable like 10 times a day, every day. I've seen it.
When did that come out?
1982.
Oh God, 82.
Well,
Yeah,
82 is not that bad.
it's
a
terribly
really good
long
movie.
ago.
It's a really good movie. The ending is excellent too. The ending's really good.
Yeah, the 80s were fine. Like, most of the best movies were 80s movies, you know?
Correct.
They all were.
Same for music.
Correct. You are learning well.
Same for people.
Correct.
Most of the best people were 80s kids. Like
That's
me.
right.
I was an 80s kid.
No, you weren't.
I was an 80s baby. That counts.
Barely.
It counts.
Barely.
Oh my gosh.
Anyhow, seriously, if you don't watch the movie, you won't understand the archetype. Because everything he does in that movie is in the archetype.
I feel like that archetype is very general. It says you have a companion.
It's not!
The companion
It's-
gets
they
better.
literally
How
took
is
it from
that
the movie.
specific
I think
to
it's
the
more
movie?
just. I think it is a general archetype, but it has in jokes
No.
to this popular culture thing.
No, the ability to see through the animal's eyes, everything that happens in the movie is in that archetype. Everything.
Well, okay. I mean, that's where the author got inspiration. Obviously,
Who do you know who wrote it?
I can find out if you care.
Yeah, I do. I do care. I'm going to try to find
All right.
out too.
I'll find out.
I'll find out too. We'll see who did. You can have 4 animal companions, and the Beastmaster had 4 animal companions. There's a lot of similarities. That's all I'm saying. Other than the name itself,
And this sounds like conspiracy theory to me.
it's not conspiracy theory. It is the Beastmaster. Who doesn't want to be the Beastmaster? Everybody wants to be the Beastmaster, and you will
I'm
be the
doing
Beastmaster. Yes.
I'm doing it, but I'm not going to take most of it. Like, have a whole bunch of companions at the same time. I don't have room in my build for all this stuff. I actually have to deal damage at some point in time.
You deal more damage than anyone else in this party by far.
You know why? Because I use my actions on it, not because I spend my actions on a dog.
you actually now on fire damage do an extra 7 points. You just get a +7.
How do I
period.
get a +7?
I'm not going to tell you because you told me to level up your character secretly with your ancestry bonus. So you don't know these things, but you will cast Fireball, and your Fireball will do 6d6 plus 7,
That's
which
nuts.
is ridiculous. You know what? Let's roll that. Let's see what happens. Let's just do some funny things.
In all fairness, when we were looking at Foundry VTP,
Oh,
I did see
look
what
at that.
it was. I just wanted to say
48,
it.
48 crit, 27. Let's try it again. That's a bad roll.
I will say, if you're curious,
64,
I have the author of the
64,
Beastmaster
oh my God,
archetype
that's a
in
lot
front
of
of me.
damage. Yeah.
So who's the author?
The author is the same author as this lovely chapter of the Adventure Path that we are currently playing, Jason Tondro.
Jason
Ah.
totally based this off the Beastmaster. 100%. 1,000% Jason did that.
1,000%.
I
Wow.
guarantee, because I know Jason not well, but I know his type. I will affront him. I know for a fact, because he's an 80s kid. Of course he based it off the movie. No doubt. Sorry we're going so much on the Beastmaster, but she is taking you are becoming you have an animal companion now. You are going to be a real pain in the, complex build going forward.
I mean, the thing is, it was an in-character decision. If I was making out-of-character decisions, it would just be pure DPS all the time. But she found this wolf, and she loves this wolf, and it loves her too. So they had to be best friends that murder together.
It was so easy to steer her in this direction. I almost feel guilty.
It's almost like I do this on purpose. I
It's
allow
almost
the
like-
character to develop with the story.
It's almost like I gave you the wolf and made it really cute and unique and one of a kind, so you would turn into an animal companion.
Made it cute. You said it's a wolf. That's all you had to say.
That has red streaks in its fur and little dots in its eyes, and I'm even having new artwork made just for you.
Oh, I
and
can't
the
wait.
wolf. But not
New
to
hotness.
make Rob feel left out, Atron is going to get his bird, Chelagos, in his new artwork as well. So we're going to see what Chelagos looks like. Yay!
Chilagos is already in the artwork on Otteron's arm.
What?
Yep.
Where?
Chilagos is just a normal bird, so you just forget it's there.
It's not, is it? I
Yeah,
look at that artwork all the time.
it's there.
Oh, he's hidden. You know, here's the funny thing.
Sneaky.
I have never... I freaking edited this thing. I didn't even see him there. Oh my god, I never noticed Chelagos. You ever see that video where you have to count the number of passes and a bear walks through and you have to see the bear and no one sees the bear? I literally have looked at that artwork for 8 months and have never seen Chelagos once.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like an idiot. We're going to make Chelagos flying on your shoulder now, okay? We're going to make it a little more obvious. So, oh my god, I feel like a moron.
Sorry.
Oh god. We're going to make Chelagos cooler. I can't
Nice.
believe I never noticed them. Oh my god! I'm so stupid. I noticed the little bird that Hap has. I noticed the cape and...
That's because Haps is made out of fire.
I know. I noticed all the cool, like the little stitching on O'Hara's, jacket and the cool little belt pouches and buckles on Darius. And I don't notice a bird that's like on his arm in the artwork that's been there for. God. Atron, you doing anything cool this level?
Otteron infused or through some of their alchemical practicing, their bodies more resistant now from the magic infusing it. That's magical fortitude. And they've picked up a couple interesting spells that I'm sure we'll see in time. Otherwise, the retraining of the feet, which I will save for a special scene once I have it.
Excellent. Very good. All right, so you're all leveled up. So you'll be level 5 when you do this circus.
Fun.
And is there anything else you wish to do today? Today is the day before the circus.
Can we move the rune, or is that we wait to do that?
Yeah, I think Atteron will wait on that, but Atteron would suggest that we just had the name of go to the Hermitage. I forget how long it takes to get there.
It takes like a day to go back.
All right, so we can't
Takes
go
a
tell
while.
Harlock. Maybe Harlock will
No,
come to
Harlock's
the
coming.
circus.
Harlock's coming
All right,
to see the show.
so we can update Harlock on the tower after the circus.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go to the butcher in town. I have to do it.
Okay. You go to the butcher. What are you going to do with the butcher?
I'm gonna buy a big old bone, like big old beef bone.
10 gold.
Whew, that's
10
steep, but
gold?
It's worth it.
Well,
All right,
she
here
has
we go.
all the gold, so you got to start like taking that out of the game somehow.
No,
I think
Hap
I have
has a
like
beef
I think
bone.
I have like the least amount of gold.
yeah,
Hap is all-
Hap
you have
doesn't
more
actually
gold
have
than
much gold.
everyone combined. What are you talking
No.
about?
No, that is not gold. That is the value of Hap's treasure.
Oh.
Hap has the most treasure.
Atron, what are you doing? You have
Mhm.
less gold than you started the adventure with.
Yep, that's
oh my
true.
god.
Yeah.
Because I
I'll
keep
try and.
pouring it down people's throats or using
Yeah.
scrolls or...
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really need a big upgrade, and I think that's what we'll get when we move on to the next big town.
Yeah. Atteron's hoping for some purchasing once we can move on.
Okay, well, in that case, 20 gold.
All right, done. No, if this is how it's gonna be, done. I'll buy all of the beef bones.
Oh, Mo, the place is sold out of bones.
Ah!
You're like,
How's
you're
the
buying it
butcher?
all. You're just like, guess what, everyone? I traded all of our gold for a bag of seeds. I mean, a bag of bones. And if you plant them in the ground, a beanstalk grows.
I haven't seen Riley for almost a week. That good boy needs a beef bone.
Okay, he gives you bones. That's fine. You go back to camp, and there's Riley playing with Jellicoe Bounce Bounce. Oh my god, they're having so much fun.
I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me.
He's throwing like little bloody skulls, and Riley's running after them and bringing them back to Jellicoe. And
that's so cute.
It's
I
really
like
cute. And Riley's got all this blood and something reddish on its fur and on his muzzle and on his beard, and you're like, yeah, he's obviously having a good time with Jellicoe Bounce Bounce.
Jellicoe, it looks like you made a friend there.
Oh, yes. Your wolf is incredibly bloodthirsty. He loves fetching bones and skulls. The bloodier, the better.
Well, here, why don't you throw this bone for him? I just got it from the butcher, fresh from the cow.
Oh, let me see. And he takes the bone and he gives it a couple licks. And he's like, oh, that is tasty. Fresh blood. Oh, let me get a little viscera. He takes a little bit of...
Not for you. That's, no,
he takes just like a little bit of viscera and a little bit of...
no, you put that back. That's for Riley. That's not for you.
Oh, okay. Riley, you want this? Get it! And he throws it, and Riley goes running after the bone.
Wow, he's really doing well, isn't he? Has he been good around here while we've been gone?
Oh, Riley and I have become best of friends. We've been doing so much practicing for the show.
Oh, are you going to use him in your act?
Oh, no. I don't think it would be appropriate, as he would be, I don't know, a little too happy and friendly for the children. I want them to be terrified.
That does seem like your thing, and you're good at it, too. No, I was definitely thinking about using Riley in my act. This could be his first show. Wouldn't that be a good idea?
Yes, I would suggest that instead of giving him treats like chicken or beef, to give him blood. Lots of blood.
Chicken and cows have blood, Jellicoe. Come on, everybody knows this.
Well, if you dip it in blood ahead of time, and the red won't even show up, look at you. You're covered head to toe in blood red.
Now, that red all over him, that's not actual blood, is it?
Well, I don't know. He's been digging around in the woods. Who knows what he's been finding and killing and eating.
Riley, come here. All right, I want to look at him. I want to see if that looks like blood on him.
Yeah, little. Animal blood. You can tell he's been, feasting on squirrels and other vermin that live in the forest. It's a wolf!
Hey, Jellicoe, you said he's been rooting around in the woods and coming back like this?
Well, he's been chasing all the vermin off. I think everyone likes Riley. He's a very good mouser, ratter, and occasionally small childer.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure he doesn't hurt anybody. We haven't known him for all that long, and it'd be a shame if some villagers started going missing.
No, I don't think he's big enough. Yet.
Well, all right, I look forward to seeing your show. It's good to see you, Jellicoe. Welcome to the troop.
Oh, yes. We've been having a lot of fun. We'll be ready for tomorrow. I can't wait to go on.
I can't wait to see you.
Me too. Anyhow, the professor shows up, and everyone is getting prepared. There's lots of little costumes everyone has. Obviously, things dedicated to Abadar. You see a couple of Gozrin things thrown in here and there, more for props since it was added at the last second. Professor's excited to see you. He's like, oh.
Hey, Steve, what's an Abadar costume look like?
An Abadar costume?
Yeah, what's that look like? Like, I can't picture it.
Just like a walking dollar sign.
Really?
No, it's like a big bag of money with the dollar sign on it.
Yeah,
Really?
exactly.
No,
Is that really what it is?
No.
No, it's scales probably, or you'll have someone dealing with justice or the economy.
Yeah, but how do you make an outfit that screams the economy?
Actually, Abadar usually have things, let's see, since their temples are banks, cathedrals, and courthouses, and their worshippers are architecture, bankers, and lawmakers, they usually, let's see, according to them, They are very gauche. They usually have lots of gold on them. A lot of things to show status, to show they're powerful and rich. Does that help?
Actually, that does help. I think it starts to give me some ideas I can use.
Think of lifestyles of the rich and famous. The most gaudy versions of that show. That is what you would dress up as.
I've got an idea, and it's both gaudy and elegant. So we'll see how it works.
That's perfect. So the professor's happy to see you, and he's like, "Oh, we've been doing all we can. As you know, we have the advertisements up, and we got the word out. We had church services today, and Nell and Dren did an excellent job talking about the show. I'm sure he got the anticipation up for tomorrow. And I see you have come back. How did it go at the tower?"
It went pretty well, actually. There was a lot of those lizard things that stink. What are they called? Zoogoose?
They were called the Zugoods.
Zolgats.
Zolgath. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
So there were a bunch of those Zolgath things creeping around there. Well, we kicked them out, and it needs a bit of cleaning up now.
Darius can smell you all about it.
There's dinosaurs in there.
Yes.
Ooh.
There are.
Dinosaurs, you say?
We will have to tell Harlock.
Oh, dinosaurs are fun. We've tried to get them into the circus every so often. They draw quite the crowd. I wonder if we can get some. They're very hard to take care of. That's
Dad, I
the
could
one
take
problem.
care of them. I could do it.
I don't know. Were they big? Because we don't really have enough room
They were big.
for large. Ooh,
Very
that
big.
might be, yes. And usually the problem is the small ones are dangerous. They usually like to rip and tear and eat, and they're very hard to keep in the show. They're more for zoos and exotic circuses, and the large ones take up a lot of room. They're more docile, but they require a tremendous amount of maintenance and care. Dinosaurs are quite a dilemma.
I could take care of them. Dad, maybe we could just buy a cart in town before we leave. We found all kinds of money.
Okay. Well, let's find out more about this dinosaurs that you found and see what we can do. But yes, we have to get ready for the show. The show is tomorrow. Is there anything that you wish to do beforehand? I saw that you put in an order for the big tent. That will help out quite a bit. I'm sure we'll have that up and ready by tomorrow. Anything else? Oh, and the order for beer as usual.
Well, yeah. People want to have fun, let loose, you know.
Let loose, be fancy free. Very good.
There's nothing we can sell that would be in Abadar's favor, is there?
What do you mean? I mean, of course, we can do basic merchandise, which would be in the shape and style of Abadar, if you want, although that doesn't really have any effect on this show. It really helps for the next show.
We could sell chocolate coins.
Yes, same thing. Merchandise.
Yes.
Basic merchandise. 20 gold pieces worth of basic merchandise.
That might be a good idea.
That's only if you're going to put on one more show. But I guess you're going to
Yeah.
eventually put on a show. Eventually. But
Do you
that's...
think the merchandise sold here would help us at our next location?
No,
I
Yeah.
didn't think so.
So
it will not. It only
No.
works here.
we'll wait till next time.
That's a good thing to do on your first show in the city.
Yeah,
That's
good idea.
Correct. So you learn, you live, you learn. So
Well, we can direct people to visit the church. That should be good enough.
well, I want to hear all about it, but let's hurry up and get the show ready for tomorrow. So with that, he quickly goes and takes care of a million other things. And well, is there anything you want to do? Otherwise, let's get to the show because all the other stuff is going to probably take a while. So I want to get the show going. The show must go on. Okay. So you go to sleep. You wake up, and you're all faster and stronger. Darius is level 5. All of you are level 5. Yet Atron, Elhar, and Hap feel like, yeah, this isn't right. I need to retrain, at least for a week or two, or well, maybe 3. We'll find out. But we have enough that I'm going to have to retrain and spend more time here because my character does not exactly do what I needed to do, so I need to bend laws in physics and retrain. But we won't get into that right now.
Please. Hap just feels like Riley needs about 2 more weeks of work. That's all it is. I'm just training a dog.
Uh-huh. A demon dog.
They take a little longer to train. You can't blame me, can you?
I can blame you for all I want. And while you're sleeping, you think you feel something. You felt as if when you rested, you doubled the number of hit points you would normally get when you rest. You felt like long-term rest is doubled, and resting overnight is doubled. And you feel a power inside you that, in fact, if you activate that power, then maybe, just maybe, it would give you the ability to fast heal for a little while, once per day.
What?
Abberton has blessed you with the reflection of life, a special reward for those who protect the towers of Abberton. And you have received this blessing. Yeah, and you all have it. Not Riley. Just the pieces.
Aww. Riley already has more hit points than me anyway.
No, Riley has more hit points than almost all of you.
He's a big boy.
Aw.
So you feel, wow, there was a big payoff. And this is innate. It's built into you. Does not need to be invested. Does not go against your cap of 10 magic items per day. It is part of you forever. As long as you're in Abaddar's, not Abadar, Otteron's good graces.
Otteron's good graces.
Otteron's, no, it's too many A's.
Abberton,
Everybody gets healing.
Abadar,
I know, it's
Alhara.
too much.
Oh gosh.
Wait, what is it? It's Abadar,
Abadar,
Otteron,
Otteron,
Abberton. God, it's too many
Alhara.
people.
Those are the 4
I know, it's so many A's.
Abberton.
And we're in Abberton.
Please stop with the A's. So yes. So today is the day. Today is the big day. You will have to put on the show. And with that, you see during the day, Harlock is there. Nellendrend is there, the professor. Everyone's getting ready. You buy the beer. Is there anything you wish to do before we start the show?
I'm going to use a little bit of magic to kind of burn the color in my dress to make it so instead of being like red and orange with like black accents, it's going to be beautiful pearls of white and shining gold.
Okay.
Did we want me to perform, or should I do fire? Alchemist fire.
You know, I think it would be really neat if you got a chance to perform. After all, you did help with everything. You should showcase your talents.
Yes, it seemed to go fine last time. I do not know what I can change for Abadar, but I have an idea, maybe.
Okay, great. Do you need some time to get ready? Should we put you in one of the later acts?
I think I was a fine opening. Yes?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
It's up to you.
I thought it was good.
Okay. Yes, I will go. I will go first then, if that is fine.
I don't know. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to everyone else.
Yes.
I guess. I'm not really sure how to impress a god that mostly just cares about money.
Well, you're going to find out. So, with that, the new tent is up. You buy the beer. You start serving it. Everyone starts coming on. Let's see how much extra anticipation you get. 4 anticipation for the beer.
Beer wasn't that good.
It was okay. So 4 anticipation. So altogether, you get 2 from the advertisements, 6 from the church service, and 4 from the beer. So you have a starting anticipation of 12.
Is that awful?
Wait, what?
I feel like that's not a lot.
It's not a lot. We got 4 from the beer, 2 from advertisements.
6 from church service.
Nobody's expecting much from the Abadar show.
Okay. That's 8 total.
6 plus 2 plus 4?
6 plus 2 plus 4 is
12.
Oh yeah.
12. So, well, who really wants to go to church? I mean, they're excited. Kind of. We'll see. Maybe Jellicoe's Bounce Bounce Horror Act will bring it up a bit. Or bring it way down. Who knows? We'll find out. Okay, so first up we do that. Then we roll for random events. Let's see. So I've not done this in a long time.
I'm looking at the order. If we keep Atron first, that's fine. Usually Darius and myself go next, although I had sort of a different idea that involved the Featherfall 5. Darius, did you have your own idea, or were you planning on incorporating with me?
I have an idea for our act where if we do it again together, it's similar, but the ending is very different.
All right, I'll trust you.
What's your idea for the Featherfall 5? Maybe I'll use it.
I was going to have them... Actually, this is actually probably better from Flame Bony Sisters now that I'm thinking about it. But it was basically to visually and acrobatically show the workings of the economy in service to Abadar. So it's sort of... So, like, they literally have bags of, like, fake gold, but they have bags of gold, probably copper coins or something, that they're tossing back in around, like, in a juggling type act, between... like all the different places that money goes, right? In the cycle of the economy. And
I hate this god.
I know it's horrible having to incorporate these. That's why when it was to the gods, I had some fantastic ideas. But if we're stuck with coin purse god,
You can make it rain. Ding a ding a ding. So, all right, a few things. The first thing we do is purchase temporary upgrades, which you did. Then we choose the non-performer roles. Is any PC going to be a non-performer role?
God, I wish.
So everyone's going to perform. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, unless we come up with some other idea, then Otteron would step back and do Alchemist Fire, but otherwise, Otteron is performing.
Okay. And there is something random that's going to happen. So we will worry about that later. And last but not least, we tally the starting anticipation, which I have as 12. But then you got that huge tent for a 50 when you start off with a 12, and then we perform. So for those you don't remember, first we have Act 1 is the opener. And then that's one act. Then Act 2 is the build-up, and that's 2 acts. Then we have Act 3, which is the big number, and that's 1 act. And then the finale, which is 3 acts. The 3-ring circus. Who wants to go when and where?
Well, I thought we decided that Otteron's the opener.
Yep.
And then what? And we have to put Jellicoe somewhere.
Part of the finale?
I'm putting him as part of the finale into trick number 5. What's his level in skill?
He is level 3. He has agile, acrobatics, performance are all +9.
He's actually pretty good.
And his keywords are agile, acrobatic, perform, and horror.
Obviously.
Okay, well, we're in the big tent, as you can see. Everyone's there. Everyone's ready. Who's going?
I believe first up it's Otteron's concoctions.
So, as last time, circus hands gather wood in the center ring while others bring forth Otteron's cauldron, and it's bubbling with an incandescent shifting colored liquids which are sloshing around. And as the lights dim and Otteron walks forward, their chin inclined, but they seem to be counting a few coins in their hand as they pull a few others from their component pouch or like little money bag right on their belt. And they say, "It's time to help collect for Abadar." And as the wood begins to smoke, Aderon throws both of their hands forward and a few more ingredients along with the coins. And as it does so, the smoke of azure greens and different spring violets like pours forth and goes a little gold, and then a massive coin in the shape of Abadar appears, and behind them it kind of like starts to turn a little like deeper gray smoke, and it forms up a vault door. And as Ataran chants, adding the frog's legs that they're used to, and the air gets, pungent with like the smell of the church and some of the incense that Abadar's church normally uses, Ataran like throws a hand up, and that image of the key flies forth and opens up the vault as a number of different like symbols and images all related to Abadar flow through and around the room, and coins seem to spill forth as the scene of like the marketplace here in Abberton is seen.
Damn!
Roll my craft check.
Cool.
That was only the first action. You still got two more
Boom.
after that one. Hope you got more after that.
Seriously.
We'll see. All right.
So what was that check? What type of check is that?
Crafting.
Craft? Can you do craft?
Yeah, I can do a craft check. I have been this whole time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Skill.
Yep, you can basically do any skill.
Crafting. Yeah, I want to be able to do like the magic trait and such, but not good enough yet. Rolled a 7, so that's a total of 20, which I believe is still a pass.
That's the trick DC.
The trick DC is 20, so you just generate anticipation equal to your level plus your charisma. No, that's promote to circus. No, you generate excitement equal to the trick's level,
Which is 5.
This excitement is added to the circus's total excitement. So 5 excitement. Oh, they love it.
Ooh.
They're all excited. The keys are so exciting. I think you're actually overdoing it for this crowd, but who knows? Still got more to go after this.
All right. Do we want me to try again or stop?
Oh, no, we don't do that anymore. We
There's no
keep going.
stopping anymore. That's gone. There's no stopping. If you stop, I forgot to mention the new rules. If you stop, you automatically critically fail, period, because you were expected to go. So you can stop, you just critically fail. I mean, you can send in the clowns and override that critical failure if you really want. That's the first thing. The second thing is you keep going. It's no longer matching. If you match anticipation to excitement, you don't crit. The only way you could guarantee a crit is if you double your excitement over the anticipation, which you might actually do.
Got it.
The show must go on.
Right. So you just keep going. You keep going until you got nothing left.
So all 3 actions.
Now, you also have, because you're level 5, you have this thing where you get 2 trick checks, which I
was going to ask about that.
That you can use a different check for your second or third action. You can use a different check. So
I'm going to do it, but just because it's thematic. The math doesn't change it all for me.
okay. So
Yeah.
you're gonna do another one?
Is the second roll at -5 like it would normally be?
Yes, it is at -5.
Even if you change skill.
I believe so. It says here you can perform a trick multiple times and can choose a different possible trick check for each attempt. If you perform a trick twice during the same act, you take a -5 for the second trick check, and 3 times it's -10. So
Okay. All right. So as the coins like roll forward and the vault is open, now viewing the Abberton merchant place, visions of, they're indistinct, they're not perfectly shaped, of Ataran and the others that are part of the group, Hap and Darius and Alhara, moving forward, fighting back what looks like vague, shapes that, have slight distinct ideas of demonic appearance. They're humanoid, but maybe they have slight appearance of wings or horns that are coming into the marketplace. And Hap is, throwing up a touch of fire. Alhara is like tumbling over one. The sight of Darius like bounding forward and then thrusting up an arm or a shoulder as Ataran behind just glares and sends forth a spiraling magical dagger that looks exactly like Nocticula's symbol, all in protection of the marketplace. And then, as the marketplace kind of fades, is the Church of Abadar. And I'm going to use occultism as I'm accentuating fighting the demons.
Okay. You use your occultism for this one.
Do I get a -5? Can I do that through here?
Yeah.
Can I ask that even if the
Ooh.
last roll is bad, we don't thematically say your act sucked at the end? Because, like, the last roll's gonna be bad, you know?
Nope. Actually, here, let me go. So I forgot something. I forgot that the hecklers are in the crowd because they're drinking that beer. And as Ataran thought they successfully finished the last act and got a 20, they actually got a 19, and something horrible went wrong. And all that excitement disappeared and went to a complete 0 because the hecklers distracted you and messed up the very end of your first action. As for your second action, you tried that occultism, and, well, that's a 19 -6.
-5.
Well,
Oh, yeah, -6.
Hecklers.
Yep, you're right.
and the hecklers, -6. So you actually...
Should I hero point?
You have a hero point, and you're probably not going to use it today, so you can use a
Maybe.
hero point if you want. It's up to
Yeah,
you.
I'll use it and try.
Okay. You realize, that first one didn't go as well as I thought it did. It looked really good, but then at the last
Yeah.
second, it collapsed. So let's try one more time.
Worse.
You're not putting in the minus, are you?
I can't. It doesn't ask me.
So your result is a 10. So a 10 is a critical failure. So the circus excitement value decreases by value equal to half the trick's level. So your excitement is -2. People are throwing peanuts and Cracker Jack at you.
Great.
Round it up, though.
Right, it would be 2.5. So
Round it up.
so it'd be -3.
Yeah.
Yeah, even better! Yay!
Yeah, if we're always doing the third action, we ought to get used to this.
That was the second action.
What?
That
Yeah.
was the second action. Now
Oh,
comes
God.
the third one.
Oh no!
Yeah.
-11. Keep on going.
I
Right, can send
think
it to clowns.
as the
Don't forget.
hecklers are laughing and now they're throwing peanuts, Ataran lets the demons step back forth into the Church of Abadar as they are tearing it open, and you see like the group come bursting through the windows and tearing through the pews, causing damage but successfully killing the demons. And we'll see how this goes. 21, but
Oh.
-11 is 10.
Yay!
Wait, why is it minus? Oh, because the hecklers.
Yes, the hecklers. Well, you can send to the clowns and make it go from a critical failure to a failure, if you wish. I presume you will? Or are you going to go to -6? It's
Is
up
that
to you.
once per show, or is
It's
that
once per act.
I mean, well, we might as well.
Clowns
Yeah.
it is.
Can you even go into the negatives? Like,
Oh, I'm making you go into the negatives. You're going into the negatives. Oh, of course you can go into the negatives. People start walking out.
is this punishment? Like, what did we do for this?
Yeah, so far this feels great. So Ataran just turns as the last of the illusion is fighting and walks behind and just shakes their head.
It's okay, buddy.
The professor comes up to you and says, Ataran, don't worry about it. I thought you did really well. You know, because you were trying such complex tricks because you're level 5. It's really hard to get those tricks just right. Maybe if you stayed level 4, you would have had an easier time doing those tricks. Don't worry about it. I thought you did great, kid. We'll do fine. You just practice a little bit more. You just practice. And he's talking, he's giving you a little bit of a pep rally. He's like, don't worry. We're going to be out of this fully ridden town in a couple of weeks anyhow. Somewhere better. This is just a warm-up for you. You know, you got to try out your material in the small towns and work your way up.
Yes, and I will usually leave out Abadar.
Exactly. Who heard of doing a circus show to a god? This is crazy. Who's next? The build-up.
The build-up.
Good luck.
Good luck indeed.
Is that us?
That's us. So Darius, typically you start us
All right.
off.
But no, not this time. This time,
Oh boy.
Alhara is starting off, and
What?
let me set the opening for you first, then you can do your thing. So, it's essentially the sequel to our act, where she has stolen the treasure and it was a doll, and the lights come up and she's sleeping on a bed, Alhara the adventurer, and like there's like lanterns around her, and she's like tossing and turning and wakes up, and she looks at this empty the box with the doll in it, and she looks like she feels really bad, and she puts something else in the box. No one knows what it is, and she closes it, and then it goes dark around her, and then the lights come up around the cave that sort of crumbled when she left it after stealing the treasure. But it looks like there's still like space in there, and there's Darius as the ogre, like in the corner, like dejected. But his makeup right now is more powder green than the grease green, and in the scenery is all different. Like it looks collapsed, right? Like there's collapsed like wood and things. The things he's and stalactites are still there, but they're cracked. He'll be smashing those, and there's like kind of a trickle of like a waterfall-ish, and like part of a rocky area. Like maybe there was some sort of stream that now sank into the cave or something. So you're at the entrance of the cave, and you're going to sneak in a way, and and do your flips to get to Darius the troll.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool. So then I'll start with acrobatics and see if I can get up there. Natural 20.
Critical.
Oh, I missed that. Can you do that again? Oh, look at
Come on.
that! You got a natural 20 for a 34. Dun, 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 dun. You generate excitement equal to the trick's level. So you get 5 excitement. You also generate an anticipation equal to half the trick's level rounded up. So 3 excitement.
Yeah, so we're gaining, which is fantastic. I got to get that anticipation up there. So she decides to get over there, and she does a series of like swings on ropes and flips on these high beams and everything to get over to the dejected troll. What's next in Darius's big script?
Then he'll do his thing. He'll be he'll get up, but he's definitely injured. Like there's blood on his green, like big accentuated splotches on his naked chest, and maybe he'll take a couple of swings at you that you jump around and dodge. So is that the part 2 of your trick again, or is this where I assist?
You can aid at any of these 3 points. So if you want to aid on the second one or the third one, either one might be useful.
Well, let me know which one do you want it to happen.
Probably the third one. It's the least
the third
chance.
one. Yeah.
So as Darius the troll wakes up, Alhara is going to continue to sort of jump around him, doing all these different things, and I'm going to go ahead and roll acrobatics again.
Okay, you do not have the -1. They're not heckling you.
Okay, cool. And this is an agile trick, so I only have a -4 to this. So I rolled a 20 -4 is 16, which unfortunately is a fail.
Yes, that is a failure. Now remember, you can send in the clowns and make a failed trick a success.
Yeah, but we have those third rolls, which might be critical successes, and those hurt us too much. So I think I'm going to save it. That's fine. And then as she's jumping around and the troll's slowly, groggily waking up, the thief, Alhara, is doing more and more desperate things to get out of his way. And so I'm actually going to use a reflex save as my second action. So I have the injury trait on this. So we're going to hope.
All right. I'm going to aid you with my athletics.
It's your third action.
Yeah, that's why I said third action.
There's my aid, 25.
Which makes the DC for the trick. Okay, cool. So I'm going to have a plus 2 from that, or 1 from that.
+1.
+1 from that, -8 because it's an agile trick, plus -7 total. Oh, and I rolled a 5 for an 18, so it's an 11.
Little goblin clowns come in.
So the good news is it's an 11, but it's still just a failure. It's not especially exciting.
Oh, should we not send the clowns in if it's just a failure, or
No, we don't need to send the clown.
Okay, no clowns.
we have yours. We can make yours big and spectacular for the
Okay.
second part of this build up.
So the second part is
you don't get injured, because if you rolled a 10, you actually would have gotten injured possibly.
Right.
So all you
Yeah.
get is a 0 and a 0. So you look over while you're doing this, and Nellen is he's looking at you kind of sideways, like, come on, guys.
Overall, we've
She had a
been net,
critical.
overall we've been
great.
net +2 on all of it. So
Wrap it up.
so.
wait, hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to paint a picture here real quick. After 2 out of 7 tricks, we're already halfway to meet our anticipation goals.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are.
The anticipation's 15. You're at 2.
7.
Minus 3.
7.
What are you talking about? You got a minus 3 for your excitement, and then you just got 5 just now, and then you got a 0 and a 0. Atron got 0, minus 3, 0.
No, he got a success on the first one.
No, he didn't.
No, because of the hecklers, apparently. So I got 0.
right.
0.
Oh, I missed
You're
that.
at 2.
Yeah.
Well, whatevs.
Ataran's act went really badly.
So, paint a picture. Darius, you're up. Hopefully you can recover. The hecklers go full throttle on you. They like you.
It's
You're
fine.
like, woo! Look at the orc. Look at the orc boy. He's going to go. What's he going to do with that big old club? He's so scary looking.
Hey
So-
there, big strong man. You think you can take me?
Hey, now Hap's heckling you too.
Yeah, that's
you
great.
should,
No,
you
she's
should be
doing-
drinking the beer.
Drinking.
Oh, she shuts the curtain again real quick. They noticed me.
So, after the swings and she dodges, and he looks tired and hurt from the last time. She holds up this box with a shaky hand, and he takes it from her, and he looks at it, and he opens it up, and he takes out the scales of Abadar, the symbol.
What?
And he looks confused for a second and struck, and he kind of walks around like dizzily, and he goes to a stalactite and smashes it, and underneath the stalactite is a beautiful column, and he smashes another one, and it's another beautiful column. So he's doing some smashing here, which is his thing. So I'm gonna roll my attack check here. There's a 31.
Wow, nice.
Awesome.
31 is a critical success again.
Even with a -1 from the
30 is
okay,
a critical
critical
success.
excellent.
So you get 5 and more anticipation. So
And then-
five
Shut those
more
hecklers up.
excitement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're
Really
still
smashing.
heckling you.
And
Oh,
like
they're
under
still
the
heckling.
stalactites and the rubble of his cave are beautiful structures and order. And then he stumbles near the rocky area where there's water is trickling, and he smashes that, and there's water that comes down. And he goes in, Darius goes into, like, there's a little hole there where he smashes, and the water comes down to distract people, and the lights go dark, and he does like a quick change. But the smashing still happens.
This is why it was powder
Let me do
green
the
and not
smashing.
grease
That's
green.
correct. That's
Right,
correct.
got it. At this point, I think, go ahead and roll that check. I'll try to aid you on the last one.
Okay, so I took that's always with the -5 already. That's 18.
So a 17, yeah.
17 is a failure, but
Even
just a
with-
regular failure.
Regular failure. Even with the 8, it'd still be an 18. So
Yeah, because that's
Well, I didn't aid you on that one.
you didn't age
right,
it,
right.
so you don't get it.
Don't get it. And then he comes out after all dust, and like Horace, the adventurer, kind of backs up, and now that the rubble has all fallen, there's light coming out of it, and Darius comes out, and he's clean of the green and has no more fangs, and he's wearing like this robe with the Abadar symbol on it, and he comes out and like it's almost as if he was completely transformed by the holy symbol, which is now around his neck. And I want to know if he goes into the audience to give a hug to the priest and then like toss him around with an athletics check. Can that be the last part of the act?
Oh my gosh, does Alhara have to catch him with athletics?
Yeah, you probably should.
Oh boy.
You,
That
you
sounds-
probably should. But
Like,
who
Yeah.
knows?
like throw him out, like he hugs him, oh, and then he says like in troll, Abberton, and like
Oh my
throws him
gosh.
up, and he'll because I'm assuming he's in the front row, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, of course. So I'll make an athletics check.
All right, I'm going to do mine first to see if I'm ready to catch him when you do this. I am not quite ready. No aid.
Oh, 19. You're like, catch him, Derek. Catch him, Alhara.
There's a 23. I didn't roll a minus 10. So
No, so it's just a fail.
So athletics. So that is, what's it, a 13?
yeah,
But a 12 because of the hecklers.
yeah,
Well, the good news is you can send in the clowns and
yeah. And we
have
send
the
the clowns in, yeah.
catch him.
The clowns catch him. Perfect.
You're like, Ahara, duck! And she's like, what? Ah! And then,
And then-
meanwhile, the clowns jump out from behind Ahara
And then
catch
yeah,
the priest.
Darius
in
will follow
nick
the
of
clowns
time.
out and cheer Abador.
Oh my gosh, funny.
All right, since you actually succeeded somehow, excitement equal to the tricks level 5. So you went all the way from -3 to what's that, 12, and your current anticipation is what's that, 18. So you're doing pretty well. Okay, who's the big number? Who's act number 3? The big number.
Well, Hap, of course.
Hap.
It's Hap.
It's Hap. All right, Hap. -1 because the hecklers are going crazy on you.
Oh, they don't like me either, huh?
Okay.
Well,
They
hold on.
heckle
I haven't
everyone.
left the curtain yet.
Okay.
'Cause
But they're
this-
getting ready. They're getting
Okay.
ready to heckle you.
Okay. So, all right, Eliza, are you ready with Riley? You think he's ready for this?
I do not know. I hope so.
Okay. I'll give you the signal, and then you let him go. Okay. But you wait for the signal. All right.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Eliza. You're a dear. And then I'm gonna open up the curtain, and I'm gonna excitedly. So Riley doesn't start out here with me, and Eliza's gonna start off to the left side of the bleachers with Riley, but kind of like a little bit back, so like he's not like super obvious. Okay.
Okay.
And then Hap is going to also start in the left ring, so closer to that side. And she's going to come out of the curtain. She's going to kind of be a little bit too excited as she runs forward and catches herself and, gets professional and just starts, walking like professionally, walking mystically as if that was the thing, but she thinks it is. So she's going to try her best to walk mystically. And then she'll get to the center ring and she'll stand there. Steve, if you would like to, you can heckle me from here.
I'm not heckling you. Everyone else is heckling you. Oh, look at the little girl. What's she going to do? Oh. And like all the lights are on you and it's all like quiet and like, dark and the spotlight's on you and this huge tent that's more than twice as large as before. And you hear them echoing throughout the tent, all the drunkards who didn't really get you any excitement, but it sure brought out the drunkards, I'll tell you that much. Mm-hmm.
So as the lights hit her now white and gold dress, it glimmers, but she can hear the hecklers. And normally she stands there, and it's a neutral pose, like not giving anything away. Normally she stands there like with her head slightly upraised and her eyes shut, just kind of taking it in, getting ready, and like kind of attempting to maintain this air of mysticism. But as she hears the hecklers, like, she'll like open an eye and like kind of look for the hecklers, and then like it, since her eyes are yellow, like it's kind of obvious if you're in the front row. But then she shuts again. Just kind of takes a deep breath. And now, before I begin, I would like to say, Steve, I have an idea, and I'm gonna run with it unless you stop me, because I like this. I think it's good, and it doesn't change the math at all. I want to take all of my negatives for the 3. I want to take them up front. So I want the -10, then I want to hit the -5, and then I want to hit the no minuses. That way it's the same math, but thematically it fits a little bit better. Is that all right?
Sure.
All right. So Hap is going to start with a stomp, like a Shaolin stomp, like wham, and she adopts like a stance that's traditionally used for fighting, but she kind of weaves it into an elegant thing, and then she So kind of like a mountain stance, like she's seen from Darius, but she's going to transition it into like a beautiful flowing dance off to the side. And she's going to slowly kind of dance and somersault her way to the center ring. From here, she's going to kind of release a burning hands just from left over top to right in just a beautiful swarm of birds and embers that kind of linger in the air. And as the embers fall, you can kind of watch as she continues her mystical and beautiful martial dance to the ring on the right. And from here, I would like to make my performance check with my minus 11 because of the hecklers.
That's great.
So I'm gonna have a total of +4 on this. I'm just gonna roll a d20. I messed it up. Hold on. Looks like 18. So, and I messed up the macro, but that's fine. So 18.
So you roll a 14.
Yeah. So get 18.
Way to get an 18.
Okay. So 15 minus 11. So +4.
Okay, your performance is...
It's 14, but I have versatile or whatever the virtuosic for. So when it's a dance roll, it's +1. So it's 15.
Okay, 15. Well, 15 is just a regular failure. So that would be 0 excitement and 0 anticipation.
Okay. So let's see. All right, from here, I will do a. Let's see. I'll do another stomp, and the second stomp is the cue to release Riley. And then so she lets Riley go. Eliza does, and then Riley has a bag of coins in his mouth. They're fake coins, and what he does is he runs he goes the long way. He goes like around all the bleachers and like kind of like not runs, but kind of like dog prance, just like going close enough that like people can look at him because he's an exotic looking wolf, and they get a good look. But also if any kids want to pet him, they can, And then so he makes his way all the way around, and he's got this coin purse, and then he brings it to me. He brings me the coin purse. He's not thoroughly trained yet, so I don't want to do any tricks with him that involve fire. Not yet. Just give him a nice easy one where he can just bring me something. So from here, I would like to make my second check, this time with a total of -6. So from +15 to -6, I've got +9 on this one. 14.
You roll a 5, you get a 14.
Yeah,
Fail again.
I don't think I
Hero
want to
point?
I was thinking about it, but my math isn't great. Like, it's a 50-50, and if I flub on the next one, I want to use the hero point.
Yeah.
I'm going to save it for the next one.
Well, you could get the clowns for the next one, too.
Yeah, but I mean, the clowns protect me from a critical failure, but they don't really help me get a success.
Well, if they do it in a failure, they become a success, right?
No, they
Yes.
Yes? Oh. Okay. Well, in that case, I'll take the clowns. I'll take the clowns. I don't want the clowns. The clowns don't fit in my act. We'll wait on them.
Okay, no clowns.
No clowns. They don't fit in my act. I don't like them.
That's right.
Okay, so Riley hands me the bag.
I don't like him either.
Riley hands me the bag, and then he runs, backstage where Eliza's waiting for him, and she tells him he's a good boy and stuff. And then Hap's going to kind of do like some cartwheels back towards the center ring, and instead of like stopping and standing in the center, like she carries the momentum through on one of these cartwheels. So like she's upside down, and like spinning, and just flings the bag of coins up into the air. Just flings them. And now I'm going to let you guys know they're fake coins. They're not real. But the audience doesn't need to know this. And so as all these coins are spilling out and going all over the place, she continues with the moment, her arm flies left, up, and then to the right as she flings this coin. But then it just continues around, do like a full windmill with her arms. And as the arms come back up, they come together, and she just throws a goddamn fireball at the bag of coins. A full-on fireball at the bag of coins. so that they explode in these just beautiful, just glimmering colors. Just it's a little bit dangerous. Really hot coins go into the audience, but it's just goddamn pretty. So at that, I would like to make my full roll. Plus 15 minus 1 plus 14. 28. Not a crit, but it's respectable.
28. Okay, you succeed and get 5 more excitement. As the best for last, I guess. Save the best for last.
I kind of feel like with our acts, we kind of build up to the really good part. So I was like, we should probably build up our scores too, you know?
Yeah, I like that approach.
Okay.
If we're definitely always going to do all 3 parts, then yeah, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, a little different, but so
Hap
okay.
will take a bow and then leave, and she gets back, and the first thing she does, it doesn't matter how many people come up and say, "Oh, that was so good," she ignores all of them. The first thing she goes to is goes and sees her big boy Riley. "You did so good. You were such a good boy." Give him like the pets, and just enjoy, just tell him that he was good.
Bardoff feels neglected. He's like, you're ignoring me now.
Yep, yep.
Wow.
Riley
that
is
was
new
mean.
hotness.
Damn.
Kids.
All right. Well, let's see. You have, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, minus 3, 17 out of 18. You're almost there. Only one more. How hard can it be for you to get one more excitement? Well, we're going to find out because everyone who's left is level 1 and level 3 performers. So, who's going up next? You have the big finale. 3 tricks left. You have Flamboni Sisters, Featherfall 5, Mordain, the Dwarf Throwers, Elysia, and Mr. Tickles. And don't forget Axel and the Amazing Aviary, but you must include Jellicoe. Who's going when? Your decision, not mine.
Oh, I'm not doing Jellicoe, so I don't care.
Yeah, I think we were going to do Jellicoe next if that was something you were going to say, Steve.
Yeah, I want to hear what his act is.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
not doing
you,
Jellicoe.
No, you tell us. Yeah, this is the NPC.
Oh, you're
between us.
not?
Yeah, you were
No,
doing,
no,
Oh, I
no.
thought you were doing
you
Jellicoe.
No,
pushed
no,
him
I'm not
on
doing
us. You
Jellicoe.
cannot push this back on us.
Yeah,
No,
I really thought
said I
Jellicoe
wrote
was
that
gonna
many
be-
times. I wrote in the chat. You guys have to come up with his act. I wrote that.
All right, so here's how we're gonna do this. Okay, this is now improv theater. Okay, one of the 4 of us, somebody roll a d4 and determine who that is gonna come up with the theme for Jellicoe's act, and then the rest of us, the other 3 of us, are gonna do each part of that act. Fair? That
No.
way we all take the burden on this.
No,
I
I'm
didn't
not doing any
understand
part
that.
of this.
Yeah. Well,
All right. Well, who wants? Okay, then who wants to just do it?
Give it to me.
All right, Rob's got it.
All right. I don't know if this act is going to be Abadarian, but certainly it'll be, I'm assuming, juggly fun. So what I think should happen is Jellicoe, like no one, it's going to be, relatively quiet. And in the middle of the ring is going to be this, like, Tim Burton sort of looking wrapped present, right? Like it's got a big, weird, twisted bow around it. It's purpley black, and it's big. And then this, we have some sort of music. I'm assuming that's
Sure.
kind of playing off kilter a little bit, like those horror movie, like when they play like a nursery rhyme and it's off note. It's like that. And then what happens is you see 2 knives burst out of it and then cut an X in it, and he comes out holding all these hooks and daggers, like, yeah, right, scaring the audience. We can't send the clowns in for him. Oh no! Why? He's a clown? Is that why? He slashes out of the box and he's holding these knives, and like maybe there's even like there was some blood bags, so he comes through bloody ripped paper, and he starts juggling his hooks and knives that are all now bloodied. What do I roll, Steven?
You could do performance or acrobatic. Either one it's a plus. He's agile, but you get a +9 for both, so thematically it doesn't really matter. Probably performance, since he's going to probably do a whole bunch of other cool things, so we'll say performance +9. Natural 20!
Wow.
Oh, the audience loves it. They were all like, oh, horrified when he came out, but the professor knew what he was doing all along. The audience loves being scared. In fact, you get an excitement of 6 and an anticipation 4.
Why is it double?
Because it's horror! Bigger rewards, bigger stakes. That was the first act. People
first
loved
act.
it.
Yep.
People
Love
were
it. He's
super
got these,
excited.
Like he did, like as he's juggling, these are like literally wet knives with red blood, like corn syrup, and it's flopping. It's like ropes of gore are hitting the crowd, and they're digging it. Then what he does is he's gonna go to the top of that box. Like he looks like even like a little like a messed up toy clown. And he's gonna stand on flip up to the top of the box, and I think what he'll do is he's gonna like mock fight things that try and are looking like these like demon things. They're like they're made of like maybe paper mache or whatever. They're very creepy looking. They're gonna try and attack and try and take the gift. So he's gonna slash at them, like throw daggers, like with accuracy, and get in them. And when they hit the flying demons, like blood is spurting out of them. So I'll roll again.
So that's just a +5 because he's agile.
23!
23! Another success. And you generate 6 excitement, no anticipation, because the crowd loves it. They love it. They're eating it up. They just love Angelico. They don't even know why. They don't even know why they love it. They just love it. This is great. They're all excited. Kids are screaming. Parents are running out of the tent. Lovely.
So these things fly in. He knives hit. They land next to him, bleeding, bloody all the way down. Then he grabs 2 of them and jumps down, and he proceeds to kind of do this weird acrobatic mock waltz with one of them, like when the Joker dances with some sort of corpse, right? He does that as the music changes to dun, 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 like this horrible version, nightmare version of a waltz song, and he will be doing some flips and then like beheading it at the end, and like right over like the first couple of rows of people, and blood will blast on. Like there'll be there's a splash zone of what's inside this demon dummy, and he reaches in and pulls out like its heart and then eats it.
When are you getting to the gory stuff? All right, mine. That's a +1. +1. You're rolling great. You rolled a 20. You rolled an 18. You rolled another natural 20.
What the hell's wrong with this clown? This clown was our entire show.
Wow.
4 anticipation, 6 excitement. The crowd is going crazy.
I'm
They're
gonna play Jellicoe Bounce
They're
Bounce
giving
from
it
now
a standing ovation. Kids are screaming. Parents are running out of the tent. This is madness. Madness, I tell
some
you.
parents are loving it and holding their kids and forcing them to watch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is bedlam. You're all very confused. You have
And
no idea what just
terrified.
happened. And even you're terrified. You're like, what the hell just happened?
This
Why
is disgusting. What am I watching?
do these people like this? Why? And the professor just sort of gives you a little smile, a wink, and a nod, saying, see? Angelica comes back. He's like, I think they enjoyed my performance. The screaming children. Oh, it's so sweet. I will listen to that when I sleep tonight. The screaming. Who's next? You got two more real quick.
I can do the Flamboni sisters. I usually do.
They're fun. Flamboni sisters. Dun, 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 dun. Have them run in.
So the Flamboni sisters are jugglers with like the fiery batons, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah. So they go dashing in, and where Angelico was juggling before, they quickly light their batons and start throwing them higher into the air and trying to dash and grab them as they send a number of them between each other. Usually we use deception for them, it looks like.
Yeah, they have a deception +7.
All right.
Let's use that. And they only have to hit up 15. You can use the clowns for them. For the next two, you can use them.
All right. And do they have the -1?
They do not. Guess they're waiting
All right.
for the last
So
trick. Here we go. See, Rob, if you're playing a GM...
Nat
Oh
20.
my god! Another
27.
F! Oh my god, what the heck is going on?
I'm playing a GM. What do you mean?
Oh, you get the good rolls, too.
Oh, haha, yeah, right. Because I'm running an NPC.
Yeah, that's right. Wow, so +1 excitement, +1 anticipation. Perfect. Perfect roll. You guys are critting like crazy. All over the place. They love it. The crowd's eating it up. And they're also like really in a good mood after the horror show that just occurred. What next?
They start to spread out farther and farther as they throw some of the fiery batons between one another, and then try to run forward and cross the circle, the part of the ring that they're in order to catch them. So +2.
Yes, +2.
Oh god. 10.
10. Well, that's not a critical failure because their trick DC is only 15, so it's just a regular failure.
All right.
It's only a 0. It's no big deal. Like they're like, oh, they can like trip a little. Some of the coins and viscera is still in the sawdust, so you know.
And they bring it back in while some of the flaming batons now have to harder to grab because now they're on fire. But they make sure to use their elbows to like bounce them in case, since we're not doing the fortitude rolls that would normally injure. Just gonna stick with the deception.
Okay.
So now it's -3.
It is -3.
Oh jeez.
Got those clowns. Set in the clowns. We'll see who goes. So can't be that bad. Oh no, here we go.
Oh.
You rolled 15. You made it.
Yeah, I thought I did minus. Oh yeah, I did -3. Okay, I just couldn't see it. Yep, 18 -3 is 15. So a failure, but okay.
Wow, you rolled an 18 -3 is a 15.
Right.
The DC is
Yeah,
15.
so just a failure. Oh no,
No.
Oh, their DC is 15. Oh,
Yeah,
I was
no,
thinking
you-
20 again.
No,
All right,
no.
success.
You succeed. No, you succeed. So you had 1 critical success, 1 failure, 1 success. So we got 2 more excitement, 1 anticipation. Great job. Flamboni sisters are done, and they did an amazing job.
Woohoo!
Who's last? Who's last? They're all excited. They all really want to go. Especially Axel's amazing aviary. You know, he loves it.
We've got Mordain who like kind of insists on going a lot, but
That's true. That's true. Mordain, injury in water.
But only alone.
yeah, we can't like force her to not perform, you know? Like that's not fair to her.
Whoever you want. Or don't forget Eliza and her Mr. Tickles.
Eliza hasn't gone. Has she gone on at all in like the
No,
past 3
never.
shows?
She's been the ringmaster.
Yeah, she's actually been the ringmaster. She can go on, and because she has the trait animal and she uses nature, she gets a +1 to her checks if she uses nature. Because if you have the same trait as the ability you're using, she actually gets a +8 to her roll, which will cancel out the hecklers and give her a +7. So
Yeah. I think we should let Eliza go.
Okay.
Yeah, happy. Want to take it on?
Well, her deal is that she has a snake, right?
Mr. Tickles. Remember, he's got the little hat?
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
are going to get
No,
hats
I
for
remember all
everybody?
that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm not remembering. Because, like, has a snake isn't a trick.
See her handle deadly vipers of many kinds and dance with a 16-foot long anaconda. She has lots of snakes. It's not just Mr. Tickles. That's her most famous. She's got tons of snakes. It's like a dog show, you know? She has the snakes doing...
Okay. I think I know what's going to happen. So the thing is, like, in this last act, what really, like, these things are kind of going on, like, you know, all concurrently, aren't they?
Yes. Three ring. So.
Yeah. So I think that, like, Jellicoe and the Flambonis, I think she's going to let them have all 3 rings so they have a little bit more space. And what she's going to do is she's going to kind of make her way around the crowd and kind of, like, let them, like, you know, handle the snake and, like, you know, kind of spook them a little bit. You know, people do that at circuses. You know, they walk out and they interact with the crowd.
Yeah, people love it.
It's not exciting. Like, it's not like throwing knives at your snake, but, you know, people like it. You know, and I think it'll work. So that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna walk around, and I think for this one, she actually is gonna just do, like, the big one up front and then go down, because as you get towards the bleachers at the end, people have seen other people handling the snake. They're, like, impatient. They're like, man, I don't even care about the snake anymore, you know?
So, so you get it's a +7 plus a +1, but then a -1 because you're using the animal trait. So you get a +7 for the first roll, and the DC is only 15, so it's not that hard. She walks around, she's like, look at the snake, look at this little hat. And she has little hats that she carries around, and she, like, puts them on top of the audience members. And she's like, look, you're his sister. You're Mr. Tickle's cousin. Things like that.
Oh, they love the snake. It's a 21.
They love it. You get 1 excitement. They love it. Everyone loves snakes, especially with little top hats. Aww.
That's cute.
All right, you get to do it again. +2 this time.
We'll take it to like a family. Like they got their little kids there. She'll take it to them. All right, so +2. Oh, hello. Have you ever seen a big snake before? This is Mr. Tickles. Do you like his little hat?
Oh my god, you got another 21. And
Wow.
You rolled a 19. Another excitement of 1. They love everyone loves Mr. Tickles.
Oh, look, he likes you too.
Everyone loves him. Everyone loves the tickle monster. Okay, got 1 more. It's -3, but you can also use clowns if things mess up.
So she'll make it to the last series of bleachers, and, you know, hello, did not think that we forget about you, no? Would you like to hold Mr. Tickles? I figured you would mind if I just did her voice for you.
Do it. It's easier for me. Oh no!
We will send in the clowns.
Why is a 1 critical failure? And suddenly, Mr. Tickles, some of the snakes slither off the bleachers.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tickles is tired. We're going to go back now.
And the clowns quickly run over to the end of the bleachers and throw some party gifts at the kids who couldn't hang out with, touch, and play with Mr. Tickles. So that just becomes a 0. And with that, you finish up the show by going around and continuously throwing the little coins at everyone and little scales and all these other little symbols of Abadar, and everyone's having a great time, and there's a big round of applause because in the end, let's see, your final excitement was 39, which is
holy crap,
pretty insane. Your final anticipation is, let's see, 12 plus, whoops.
We kept increasing it. Surely we made it over 20.
27 anticipation.
Holy crap.
Nice.
Angelico alone. Angelico gave you 8 in excitement and 8 anticipation. I'm just saying. One thing is, afterwards you find out that there was some scalpers selling illegal tickets to this event.
Aww.
So your prestige goes down to 2, but only for the payout. That's not, I don't think that's permanent. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think so. So what that means is you have a prestige plus excitement. Here's your total payout is 41. Now, the new system I have it's a little complex, but it's basically a formula that the closer you get to doubling the anticipation is the chance to get a critical success. So the higher, the better. So let me just do the math real quick. Okay, you have a 31% chance. So you have a 30% chance to make a critical success. So I will just say flat check. Who wants to do the honors of seeing if you critically succeed or not?
I think Rob Classic had the most 20s tonight. No, who had the most 20s tonight? Was that
I'm out of 20s. I rolled 2 20s, but I'm out. I can't be told to roll another one.
And you can't use a hero point, by the way. So it's just a one-time thing.
I have not had good rolls tonight. Let's be honest. So,
Fine, I'm gonna do it. What do you want me to roll?
D20.
Just 1 D20 plus nothing?
That's it. It's a flat check.
1d20 plus luck.
He rolls a 2. That's not so bad. So you get a total payout of 20.5 gold because it's 41, but it's 50% because it's your third show, and you had all those scalp tickets and other things, but pretty good. That's pretty good. So you get half, and we'll say the other half goes to the church. So you get 20.5. The church gets the other 20.5. So we'll just we'll make it even there. So everyone did great. Priest comes up to you and says, "The show was great. It was so exciting, I have to say. Especially the coins. I love the coins. That really brought it home. I think you did an excellent job, and we have more than enough to help out. And of course, we will give a nice donation to our brothers in Harlech and give him some money to help him rebuild the burnt-out library." Strange how that happened. But there was a lot of problems at Hermitage from what I found out, and it sounds like they're going to be rebuilding quite a bit there. And Harlock is there as well. He's all excited as well. You guys did a great job with the show, and they're both super impressed with everything you guys did. As is the town. And in fact, afterwards, the mayor comes up to you all and sees everything you've done, and he's so grateful for everything you've done to the town, and he brings you all out while the town is still there, and he's like, I just wanted to say everything you've done to help us. You figured out a couple of mysteries, you drove away those demons, you helped out our friends at the Hermitage, and you did something at the Erin Tower. We're not exactly sure, but hopefully crops come back and the land comes back to life. So I am pronouncing you Abbertonians in perpetuity. You will always be welcome here. And the crowd gives you a big cheer and standing ovation and starts chanting all your names.
Yes. I flex.
Thank
pose.
Thank you. Let's
Cool.
take a bow. We all got to lock arms and take a bow.
yeah, Atron gives a small bow of their head.
And as you're doing this, the professor says and whispers to you, says, "Well, you know what that means. It means you're kind of the leaders of the circus now, whether you realize it or not. And I think we're going to have to move on a little while because this town is too small for us. Where do you think we might go next?"
We have somewhere we have to go.
Okay.
Do we have to? I mean, we were
Yes.
so happy to finally get away from that place.
We will need to find out what they are doing in that Moonstone Hall, whatever that is, under Escadar. So, we have to go to Escadar. It seems like it might be wise to find your father, Darius Ahara, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to see him, make sure he's doing okay.
So, we will visit this other circus too.
So you put on the performance. Everyone's exhausted as usual. the church, and Nellendrend actually seems pretty pleased, and he's actually very happy with everything you've done, and he invites you over to the church at any time you want. And not that he has a lot to help out or offer you, but if anything he does, he'd be happy to. Harlock, of course, was very excited to actually see the show, and goes on to express that it was everything he's heard and more, and that he's going to be opening up a line of communication between the Hermitage and the town from now on. And they have already sent a few upper echelon members to help rebuild the Hermitage and bring it back to its former strength. And those that were corrupted by the demons will be taken care of. And I won't go through the exhaustive retraining that you're going to have to do, because let's just say it takes 2 weeks, because Alhara and Atron have to retrain. But Hap has to spend a lot of time hanging out with Riley, teaching Riley new tricks, teaching Riley old tricks, teaching new tricks to Hap, because Riley has to teach her a few new things as well.
That's how it works.
That's right. And during that retraining, there's nothing else you can do, because that's all you can do, because that's the way retraining works. Darius is bored out of his mind. He's got 2 weeks of nothing to do. He probably just goes and eats lots of bacon at the...
I mean, he'll help, help pack up and stuff, and party at night, and visit the bar, tell stories, gather information. Maybe in those 2 weeks we get an answer to our letter.
Yeah, Atron, I think, is planning to use that, the first week for their training, but then the other week to do some of the rune moving and maybe some other crafting, depending.
Okay, so yeah, we'll do some rune moving and crafting. We'll recap that next time. And you go to the Mad Mug, and sure enough, the Mad Muggers are there, and Darius is old friends with them by now, even though they tried to kill him, but that seems like years ago. Who knows? And after 2 full weeks of hanging out, packing up, getting ready to go, someone comes up to the circus and says, "Oh, Darius, I got something for you. This came in from the latest shipment." And it's a letter.
A letter?
Yes, a letter.
I don't open it yet. I go get Alhara first.
Says to DNA.
What time of day is it? And what's happening? What is Alhara doing?
Like in the middle of the afternoon. Your guys are packing up, getting ready to go. Hap is pretty much retrained. Darius has got everything ready to go. Atron is finishing up whatever they're doing with crafting, I guess. Alhara's probably lugging around rocks.
Yeah, Alhara, look.
Oh, is that...
I think so. I haven't opened it yet.
Look at the handwriting.
Well, let's take a look, I guess.
Let's go somewhere, where do you want to be to read this?
I don't know, wherever we're standing, as long as there's good light.
All right, then light it is. Do you want me to open it? Do you want to open it?
You open it.
I open it, and I unfold the letter.
You unfold the letter. The handwriting is unmistakably your father's. And on the letter, it only says 2 words. Come home.
Come home.
Seems strange that he wouldn't write more than that.
Maybe he was under duress or something, didn't want to be wordy in case someone was reading it.
Maybe. We should definitely go, though. I think we can finish packing everything up tonight so that we can leave in the morning.
Yes.
And with that, you have officially finished Book 1, and you will continue in Book 2, where you head over to Escadar, home of Mistress Dusklight's celestial menagerie. Nothing good can come from that. And find out what's going on with these Zolgaths. What's going on with this Moonstone Hall? Why are people trying to kill you all the time? I guess we'll find out when we start Book 2, Legacy of the Lost God. Dun.
Ooh.
That does sound pretty ominous.
I love it.
You've been listening to Roll for Combat 3 Ring Adventure, a Pathfinder actual play podcast. If you have a question or comment for the show, please visit us at rollforcombat.com. You can also find us and play various games on our Discord channel at discord.rollforcombat.com. You've been listening to Roll for Combat. Until next week, always remember, it's all fun and games until the healer runs out of spells.